What is up, guys? Jarv here, back on Planet Destiny. Today is Friday, and this guy is back. Xur is here once again. We are in the European Dead Zone this week, though. You'll find us over in the Winding Cove, over by this Fallen Ketch. All right, let's see what goodies he's got in store for us on Arms Day this weekend. All right, so we've got this exotic Engram. So this contains a new exotic if you have any that remaining to be collected. Otherwise, it should provide a random piece of exotic armor instead if you have a full collection already. So be sure to pick that up either using Legendary Shards, which is 97, or an exotic Cipher if you have the quest, if you haven't completed that already. We have the Weapon of the Week, which is Merciless. We've got Conserve Momentum, so non-lethal hits less than the charge time. It also comes with Impetus, where reloading immediately after a kill increases the weapon damage for a short time. Fusion's got a complete rework this season, and are very strong because of particle deconstruction, and are also unstoppable champion weapons too. So it could be worth picking up if you haven't tried this against champions. It has the slowest charge time for fusions in the game, but non-lethal kills will quickly reduce that, hopefully speeding up those kills. So yeah, if you don't have Merciless, it's well worth the 29 Legendary Shards. We've got Shinobu's Vow, with a stat roll of 65, Recovery, Discipline, and Intellect, so not too bad at all. 23 Legendary Shards for this. New Tricks is the armor's perk, so it improves Skip Grenade, and you gain an additional grenade charge. Skip grenades return energy when it damages enemies too. And if you have many people, I say many, if you have more than one person on your fire team running this in a 3v3 game mode like Trials, it can pose a lot of trouble for the opposing team, especially when you've got to capture a zone. So you might see a lot of Shinobu's Vow this weekend as a good way of pushing people off that zone. So if you're trying to avoid shatter dives, you might need to also look at avoiding skip grenades too. We've got Worm God Caresses for you Titans. We've got Burning Fist, so melee kills increase melee damage for a short time, and additional kills extend the duration and increase the effects. A nice 66 stat with a massive 20 on recovery and 23 on discipline, so not a bad roll at all. This normally breaks the game, not as much as Telesto though, but if you stack lots of damage bonuses, Worm God's Caresses are normally the ones that ends up getting disabled. So yeah, you'll probably need to get a GM to get a stat roll as high as 66. So well worth picking up if you aren't able to get into those, or if you don't have them already. And then for the last exotic, we've got Apotheosis Veil for you Warlocks. Insatiable is the armor's perk, so this immediately regenerates your health, melee, grenade, and rift energy upon activating your super. And nearby allies recharge their class ability faster as well. You've got a 64 stat with a massive 23 on recovery. This hasn't really been used much at all since it was reprised from Destiny 1 back in the Red War. But yeah, I guess this is a collection piece, and that's probably as good a role as you'll need on these, because you aren't going to be using them a great deal. But if you have any build recommendations for these though, guys, be sure to sound off down in the comments. Now, as for the legendary weapons, we've got the 7th Civ Carbine with auto-loading holster Vorpal weapon. Well worth the 50 legendary shards and 1,000 glimmer with GMs up and coming. And the anti-barrier mods being on autos, that is probably going to be one of the go-tos when it comes to GMs later in the season. We've got Last Perdition, Under Pressure Kill Clip. 390 RPM pulse rifles haven't really been meta in Destiny 2, but it's not a bad roll. Might be worth experimenting with that. We've got Whispering Slab, so this might be worth picking up. Killing Wind Swashbuckler, which is really good. Once again, with overloads being the mod for bows, it might be worth picking up and experimenting with that with GMs just around the corner. We've got Timeline's Vertex with Shield Disorient Elemental Capacitor, so an interesting roll on that one. We've got Main Ingredient, Moving Target Backup Plans, and not as good as last week if you missed out on the God roll last week. Outrageous Fortune, Snapshot Sights Rampage. Unfortunately, no one really uses rapid fire frame grenade launchers, and it doesn't even have spike grenades or blinding nades, which you probably wouldn't as a heavy. But there we go. A hard pass on that. And we've got Crowd Pleaser, sorry. This is the Gambit GL. We've got Proximity, High Velocity, Killing Wind, and Quick Draw, which got nerfed. So none of those GLs are really top tier. But we've got the Simulator set for Future War Cult this week. We've got a 62 stat on the gauntlets. The chest piece is also 62. Got the class item, a 56 on the helmet, and a 62 once again on the boots. So if you're collecting the Future War Cult set for Transmog, be sure to visit Xur on each character to make sure you can get a full set for every class that you run. So there we go. That's a good look at Xur. Once we know Trials is back as well. It is Capture Zone Trials. So enjoy that. Be sure to sound off on the socials with your feedback on how you feel that is going. But also, I believe it's Wormhaven, which is an interesting map for that. But yeah, an interesting map and an interesting mode and an interesting weekend ahead If you've enjoyed this video though, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below. And remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.